whole reason why I told the story about my grandma and my mom's family disowning me. What's good, y'all? On the Apple Tiny Pay, I have a couple minutes. I have a couple messages. I've been on this story for at least 10 tracks. I don't know, but it's good. Like, it's jumping from here to here to here. It's like typical Lonnie where I can't keep my train of thought and I keep going off to the left. But when I go to the left, it'll be some good shit too. Yeah, that Lonnie all over this track, about 10 deep. But it's worth it. There's a lot of lessons in there. But the whole point I want to make is no bonds were forged. When my mom died, her family disowned me and I said okay. And then later on, like last year, maybe year before, because I lost time. Like last year feels like yesterday. But my grandmother requested me on an app. And I looked at that request and I was like, you ain't gonna be a voyeur in my life. You ain't gonna watch my kids grow up from the sideline. And even in my space today, I still feel that way. You can't be too proud to not sit me down, human being to human being, not even woman to woman, human being to human being, and have that conversation of ownership. For her to friend request me, a piece of her has forgiven me. Thank you for tying me back to the point of this damn 20 video deep video. Y'all saw how I multiplied, right? By the time I'm finished, it's gonna be 100 chapters. But anyway, you're not going to voyeur in my life because I'm 99% sure she is still in the space where just the act of friend requesting me is my job as the child to interpret that is her olive branch and I'm forgiven. I'm supposed to understand that, and it can be unspoken so that she is granted the opportunity to avoid the difficult conversation and humbling herself to a child. And we need to humble ourselves because that is authenticity. Y'all have seen me sit up here and apologize to strangers on the internet. I have humbled myself before strangers, and that's authenticity. I am not so full of myself to say, yeah, I didn't fuck up. And the sooner I own it, the sooner my vibration goes back up. I ain't holding on to nothing, y'all. I'm rubber, you're glue. I'm getting this shit up off of me and I'm sticking it back on you. I forgive you, I apologize, because I ain't carrying it. I need my vibe high. Bars! Me and Bailey got a code. We communicate, so I know who I'm talking to is my daughter. What's good, y'all? I'm on the Apple Tiny. If you have a couple minutes, I'm just on one tonight. Sorry if the audio is distorted. I'm hiding out in the bathroom. Me and Bailey have a code so I know who I'm talking to is her. I'm not gonna tell y'all our code because then you know our code. But that's how I know somebody else isn't texting from my daughter's phone. So I encourage you to establish a code with your child. How do I know it's you? Also, maybe a code word that they send to you so you know what's up. I don't know, I just think there's better ways that we can protect our children in communication. And always coming at them when they're doing something wrong versus building understanding with them is something that we're doing to break communication with our kids. But anyway, I call Bailey and she just gleefully answers the phone like, hello. And I'm like, where are you? And she's like, I'm off, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, bye. Now, old me, I would have been like, hey, you're on punishment. And she's like, Mom, that's so unnecessary. You better get your blah, 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 blah. What is that all? She's not going to come home. I don't know where she's at. She's not going to come home until she comes home. So what is me popping off like that really serving? She's just like, probably put the phone on mute or whatever. Not even listening to me. But I feel justified in seeing because I'm so caught in a cycle that I'm going to do something I know that doesn't serve a purpose either, but I'm just going to do it because this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what an upset mom looks like. And I'm the upsettest mom of them all. And so this time I was just like, whatever. And so that's what letting my foot off of my daughter's neck looks like. Me calling her, her answering, Me understanding, saying all this dumb stuff is why she wouldn't have answered. Saying all this dumb stuff is completely unnecessary. She's safe. And I can handle this when she gets home. And then the next day I tell her, a week is added, and I bet you already knew that. Which was unnecessary, but I need to get it up off. I ain't 100% reformed. And she says, okay. And then later on when the energy was different, she was like, that was unnecessary, Mom. And I was like, hell yeah, I did, and it felt good. See, we have that relationship. And it's completely possible if you treat your children like human beings, not underlings. Bars. So let me just wrap up to the point that when my grandmother wanted to establish a relationship with me, I was just interested because a bond was never forged.